Winter 2025 is shaping up to be a nightmare, and if you're not ready, you could be freezing in the dark while your heating bill skyrockets. I'm not exaggerating, this could be the most chaotic winter we've seen in over a decade. And here's the kicker, your power bill might double before February, and you'll still be shivering. Why? Because this winter isn't just cold, it's unpredictable, brutal, and expensive. Stick around because in the next 10 minutes, I'm breaking down 13 dirt-cheap household items you already own that could save you hundreds of dollars and maybe even keep you warm when the power goes out. I'm talking about things like rice, aluminum foil, old towels, and even your cast iron skillet. These aren't just random hacks, they're survival tools, some of which your grandparents used to get through the Great Depression. And the best part, they cost next to nothing. I've spent the last week digging into NOAA's 2025 Winter Outlook, talking to climate experts, and reading real stories from people across the country. What I found is alarming: a wobbling polar vortex, record Arctic ice loss, and a freakishly fast shift from El Niño to La Niña. We're talking snow in Houston, power grid failures in Chicago, and grocery prices spiking because cold snaps are wrecking crops in Florida. This isn't just a cold winter, it's a climate disaster. So before we dive into these 13 life-saving items, I want to hear from you. Are you already seeing price hikes, weird weather, or shortages? Is your milk $7? Did you have to crank up the heat in October? Drop a comment below because what's happening in your town might be a warning for the rest of us. Let's get into it. The cast iron skillet, your winter MVP. Let's talk about that beast of a pan you've got stashed in your kitchen. You know the one, your cast iron skillet. It's heavy, indestructible, and probably older than you. But here's the thing, it's not just for frying bacon or whipping up cornbread. This winter, it could be your secret weapon against the cold. Here's how you turn this kitchen relic into a portable heater. Place the skillet on your stove and heat it up for about 5 to 10 minutes. No oil, no food, just let it warm up. Once it's nice and toasty, but not smoking hot, carefully move it to a heat-safe surface like a wooden cutting board or a trivet. Now, here's the genius part. Park it near your feet or under a blanket while you're lounging on the couch. That thick iron holds heat like a champ, radiating warmth for hours. And guess what? No electricity required. If you've got a gas stove or even a camp stove, you're golden, even during a power outage. It's old-school thermal storage at its finest. Want to take it up a notch? Use it to warm up your socks. Just drape your cold wool socks over the warm skillet for a few minutes. Then slip them on. Instant foot nirvana. Some people even place the skillet at the foot of their bed before climbing in. Just make sure it's not touching anything flammable, and you're good to go. This hack costs you nothing if you already own a skillet. No batteries, no cords, just heat, time, and a little common sense. While everyone else is cranking up their electric heaters and watching their bills skyrocket, you'll be sitting pretty with your $20 skillet doing all the work. 2. The mug of warmth. A ceramic lifesaver. Your favorite coffee mug isn't just for caffeine fixes, it's about to become your personal heater. When your house feels like an icebox and your heating system is barely holding on, grab a microwave-safe mug, fill it with plain tap water, and pop it in the microwave for about 2 minutes. Here's the pro tip. Always toss in a wooden spoon or a microwave-safe chopstick before heating. Why? To prevent superheating. That's when water looks calm but suddenly boils over when you move it. Trust me, you don't want to deal with that mess or the burns. Once your water is heated, wrap the mug in a small towel or an old sock. Now hold it in your hands and feel the warmth seep in. It's like a mini space heater you can carry around. But don't stop there. Tuck it under your blanket at night or place it near your feet. Some people even fill 2 mugs and use them to create a cozy warm zone for their lap while binge-watching TV. And if the power goes out, no problem. Heat the water on a stove instead. This hack is dirt cheap, just a few cents in electricity and endlessly reusable. Let the mug cool, reheat it, and repeat. It's not fancy, but it works. No apps, no gadgets, just water, a mug, and a microwave. Simple physics, maximum comfort. 3. Aluminum foil, the heat reflector. Aluminum foil isn't just for wrapping leftovers, it's a game changer for keeping your home warm. If you've got a radiator or baseboard heater, grab that roll of foil from your kitchen drawer. Cut a piece to fit behind the heater, shiny side facing out, and tape it up. That's it. Here's what happens next. Instead of your wall sucking up all the heat like a sponge, the foil bounces it back into the room. It's called reflection, and it's ridiculously effective. Most people don't realize how much heat they're losing through the back of their radiators. In older homes, it can be as much as 30%. That's like throwing money out the window. This hack costs you pennies and takes less than 5 minutes to set up. And it's not just for radiators. If you've got electric baseboard heaters, you can use it there too. Just make sure the foil doesn't touch the heating element. Safety first. The difference is immediate. Your room will feel warmer faster and the heat will stick around longer after the thermostat kicks off. This trick was a staple in drafty homes back in the 1950s and 60s. Then we all got fancy and forgot about it. But guess what? It still works. And in a winter as brutal as 2025, every little bit of heat counts. 4. The Rice Sock DIY Heating Pad. If you've got an old sock and some dry rice, you've got yourself a DIY heating pad. This hack is as simple as it gets. Take a sock you don't care about. Maybe that lonely one that's been sitting in your drawer without a match. Fill it with dry rice, tie the end shut, and pop it in the microwave for 1 to 2 minutes. When it comes out, it's warm, soft, and ready to go. Tuck it into your bed, hold it against your neck, or lay it on your lower back when the cold makes everything ache. The rice heats up quickly and holds that warmth for a surprisingly long time. This isn't a new idea. Back in the 1970s, during the energy crisis, people got creative with thermal storage. They'd fill glass bottles with water, paint them black, and line them up in south-facing windows to capture solar heat. You don't need to go that far. A simple rice sock will do the trick. And here's the best part. It's reusable. Once the sock cools down, just pop it back in the microwave and start over. No waste, no cost, just steady, gentle warmth. It's the kind of hack that makes you wonder why you didn't think of it sooner. 5. The water bottle heater. Old school warmth. Got an empty water bottle lying around? Don't toss it. Turn it into a makeshift heater. Fill the bottle with hot water, screw the cap on tight, and wrap it in a towel. Now you've got a portable heat source that's perfect for warming up your bed, your hands, or your feet. This trick is as old as time. Back in the day, people used to fill glass bottles with hot water and use them to stay warm on cold nights. Some even painted the bottles black to absorb more heat during the day. You don't need to get that fancy. A simple plastic water bottle will do the job. The beauty of this hack is its simplicity. Once the water cools down, just refill the bottle with fresh hot water and start over. It's quiet, safe, and totally reusable. No electricity, no noise, just good old-fashioned warmth. In a winter as unpredictable as 2025, these little tricks can make a big difference. So before you crank up the thermostat or panic about your heating bill, take a look around your house. Chances are, you've already got everything you need to stay warm. 6. Hot towels. Your DIY spa experience. Let's face it, winter mornings can be brutal, especially when stepping out of a hot shower into a freezing bathroom. But here's a hack that'll make you feel like you're at a luxury spa without spending a dime. The secret? Warm towels. Yes, those same towels sitting in your closet can be your best defense against the post-shower chill. Here's how to do it. After your shower, don't just grab one towel and call it a day. Use 2, wrap one around your body as usual, and drape the second one over your shoulders like a shawl. This double-layer trick traps the steam and heat from your body, creating a cozy cocoon of warmth. Want to take it up a notch? Preheat your towels. Toss them in the dryer for a few minutes on high heat before you shower. When you step out, wrap yourself in those toasty towels and you'll feel the cold melt away instantly. If you're dealing with a particularly cold bathroom, think tile floors and no heater. This hack is a game changer. And it doesn't stop there. Warm towels aren't just for post-showers. At night, throw a towel in the dryer for a few minutes and tuck it under your blankets before bed. It'll warm up your sheets, so you're not shivering when you climb in. For sore muscles or stiff necks, dampen a towel, microwave it for 30 seconds, always wet, never dry to avoid fire hazards, and wrap it around the problem area. Instant steam therapy. The best part, towels are reusable, cheap, and already in your home. No fancy gadgets, no apps, just smart, simple warmth. In a winter as harsh as 2025, this small trick can make a big difference. 7. Shower curtain liner. The draft slayer. Drafts are the silent killers of warmth in your home. That icy breeze sneaking under your doors, it's robbing you of heat and driving up your energy bills. But you don't need to spend money on fancy draft stoppers. The solution is probably sitting under your sink, an old shower curtain liner. Here's the deal. Cut a piece of the liner to fit the bottom of your drafty door. Use duct tape or strong double-sided tape to attach it to the door's edge. When the door closes, the liner presses against the floor, sealing the gap and blocking the cold air. It's not the prettiest solution, but it works like a charm. And if you've got guests coming over, just peel it off, no damage, no mess. This hack isn't just for doors. Got windows that don't close tightly? Cut strips of the liner and tape them to the window frame. When you shut the window, the liner creates a seal against the glass, keeping the cold out. Vinyl is waterproof, durable, and doesn't tear easily, making it a better option than the rolled-up towels people used back in the day. If you don't have an extra liner lying around, grab one for $1 at the dollar store. It's a small investment that pays off big time. In a winter like 2025, where energy costs are skyrocketing and cold snaps are hitting hard, this simple trick can save you money and keep your home warm. No tools, no skills, just a few minutes and a little creativity. 8 bed sheets. The window insulators. Windows are the biggest culprits when it comes to losing heat in your home. Even with the heater cranked up, the cold radiating from the glass can make your space feel like an icebox. But you don't need expensive thermal curtains to fix this. Your old bed sheets can do the job just fine. Here's how it works. Take a flat sheet, preferably a thick cotton one, and stretch it across the inside of your window. Secure it tightly around the edges using pushpins, tape, or binder clips. The goal is to create a smooth, snug barrier. What happens next is simple science. The sheet traps a thin layer of air between the glass and your room, acting as insulation and slowing down heat loss. This trick isn't new. Back in the 1970s energy crisis, people used everything from plastic wrap to blankets to keep their homes warm. But bed sheets are softer, easier to install, and don't look as out of place. For even better results, double up. Use 2 sheets with a small gap between them to trap more air and boost insulation. The beauty of this hack is its simplicity. No permanent changes, no damage. In the morning, just take the sheet down, fold it up, and reuse it at night. It's a practical, cost-effective solution for a winter that's shaping up to be both unpredictable and expensive. Plus, it's safer than heavy curtains near radiators or flammable materials. So, before you toss that old sheet in the donation pile, give it a second life as a cold weather hero. 9. Baking soda, the humidity buster. Here's a fact most people overlook. Cold air feels colder when it's damp. That clammy, bone-chilling sensation, it's not just the temperature, it's the humidity. And the fix is as simple as a box of baking soda. You probably already have one in your fridge to absorb odors, but did you know it can also pull moisture out of the air? Baking soda is a natural desiccant, meaning it absorbs water vapor. Place an open box in problem areas like basements, bathrooms, or near drafty windows, and it'll start working within hours. Damp air doesn't just make you feel colder, it also forces your heater to work harder, driving up energy costs. By reducing humidity, baking soda helps your home feel warmer and more comfortable without touching the thermostat. This isn't a new idea. Back in the day, people used lime, charcoal, or even kitty litter to combat indoor moisture. Baking soda is safer, cheaper, and already in your pantry. And when it's done absorbing moisture, usually after a month, you can repurpose it to clean your microwave or deodorize carpets. In a winter like 2025, where energy bills are climbing and cold, damp air is creeping into homes, this tiny white box is a quiet but effective ally. No cords, no noise, just science doing its thing. Place a few boxes around your home, and you'll notice the difference. It's a small, affordable step toward a warmer, drier, and more comfortable winter. 10. Wooden cutting board, your feet's best friend. Standing on icy kitchen tiles in the morning is like stepping onto a glacier. Your feet freeze, your body shivers, and you're left questioning every life choice that led you to this moment. But there's a ridiculously simple fix sitting right in your kitchen. Your wooden cutting board. Here's the deal. Wood is a natural insulator. Unlike tile, stone, or metal, it doesn't suck the heat out of your feet. So, when you place a wooden cutting board on the floor, it creates a warm, stable surface to stand on. No more frozen toes while you're waiting for your coffee to brew or your toast to pop. Want to make it even better? Throw a small towel or rug on top of the board. Now you've got a double layer of insulation. Wood to block the cold and fabric for added comfort. This trick isn't new. Back in the day, People in old farmhouses used wood planks, straw, or even scraps of fabric to create warm spots on their icy stone floors. They didn't have heated tiles or fancy mats. They had common sense. The beauty of this hack is its versatility. You don't need to cover your entire floor, just the spots where you stand the most, like near the sink, stove, or coffee maker. And it's not just for the kitchen. Use it by your bedside, in the bathroom, or even at your desk if you're working near a drafty window. Wooden boards are easy to clean, won't warp from a little moisture, and don't hold the cold like metal or ceramic. Plus, they're already in your house, waiting to be useful. In a winter as brutal as 2025, where every degree of warmth matters, this simple, no-cost solution is a lifesaver. Forget gadgets and heated mats. Sometimes the best solutions are the ones you've had all along. 11. Electric oven. The after-cooking heater. Your oven isn't just for cooking. It's a secret weapon against the cold. After you've finished baking or roasting, that big metal box stays hot for a while. And if you've got an electric oven, you can use that leftover heat to warm up your kitchen without spending an extra dime. Here's how it works. Once you're done cooking, crack the oven door open about 6 inches. Let the residual heat escape and drift into the room. In just a few minutes, you'll notice the difference, especially in smaller or drafty kitchen. You've already paid to heat the oven, so why let that warmth go to waste? But here's the catch. This trick is strictly for electric ovens. If you have a gas oven, don't even think about it. Gas ovens release carbon monoxide and moisture, which can be dangerous if the door is left open. Safety first, always. For those with electric ovens, this hack is a no-brainer. It's especially useful in the evening when the house starts to cool down. Some people even plan their baking around this, roasting veggies or baking cookies late in the day to warm up the kitchen before bedtime. It's not going to heat your entire house, but it can take the edge off a chilly room and make tasks like washing dishes a little more bearable. Worried about kids or pets? Place a chair or heat-safe stand in front of the oven to block access. And remember, this isn't just about comfort. It's about making the most of the energy you've already used. Back in the Depression era, families cooked large meals not just to feed everyone but to share the heat. It was survival wisdom disguised as dinner. In a winter like 2025, where energy costs are through the roof and cold snaps are relentless, this simple trick can make a big difference. Use what you've got, stay safe, and let your oven pull double duty. 12. Cardboard. The window shield. When the wind is howling and your windows are rattling, it feels like the cold is invading your home. Older windows, especially, are notorious for letting heat escape and cold air creep in. But you don't need expensive insulation kits to fix this. The solution is sitting in your recycling bin. Cardboard. That's right. Those plain brown boxes from your last online order are more than just trash. They're free, effective insulators. Here's how to use them. Cut a piece of cardboard to fit snugly inside your window frame. It should be just a little smaller than the glass, so it's easy to install and remove. Tape it up on the inside of the window during the night or on particularly cold days. Why does this work? Cardboard is full of tiny air pockets that trap heat. It won't block all the cold, but it will significantly reduce heat loss. For an extra boost, tape aluminum foil to one side of the cardboard. The foil reflects heat back into the room, making the insulation even more effective. This isn't a new idea. During the 1970s oil crisis, families used cardboard, plastic sheeting, and even bubble wrap to survive harsh winters on tight budgets. Schools and offices did it too. It's not glamorous, but it works. On a freezing night, having cardboard on your windows can make your room feel several degrees warmer, and if you don't want your home to look like a bunker during the day, just take the panels down and store them behind a couch or in a closet. They're lightweight, reusable, and completely free. In a winter as unpredictable as 2025, where energy bills are climbing and cold snaps are hitting hard, this low-tech solution is a game changer. Forget fancy gadgets. Sometimes the best defense against the cold is a piece of cardboard and a little ingenuity. 13. Thermos and hot drinks. Your portable heater. When the temperature drops and the power goes out, a thermos and a hot drink can be your best friends. It's not just about staying hydrated, it's about staying warm from the inside out. Here's the trick. Fill a good quality thermos with something hot: tea, cocoa, soup, or even warm milk with honey. Sipping it raises your internal body temperature, making you feel warmer almost instantly. And just holding the thermos in your hands acts like a portable heater. Wrap your fingers around it, tuck it under your arm, or press it against your chest. The warmth spreads through your body and suddenly, the cold doesn't feel so unbearable. Tea is a smart choice, especially herbal blends like ginger or chamomile. They improve circulation and help warmth spread faster. Add a little honey for a mild energy boost. Soup is even better. A thermos full of hot chicken noodle or lentil soup gives you warmth, hydration, and calories all in one go. It's like a survival kit in a cup. This isn't a new idea. Before central heating, workers and farmers relied on thermoses to get through long, freezing days. It wasn't about luxury, it was about survival. Today, we've forgotten how much heat comes from within. Your core temperature matters more than the air around you, and a hot drink can make a 55-degree room feel cozy. Keep your thermos clean and ready, and pre-fill it before bed on especially cold nights. In a winter as harsh as 2025, where blackouts and bitter cold are a real threat, this small ritual can make a big difference. It's not flashy, but it works. Sometimes the best warmth isn't from a furnace, it's from a cup, a thermos, and a little bit of comfort. 14 bonus. Aluminum foil behind radiators. Here's a sneaky little trick that's been around for decades, but is often overlooked. If you've got radiators in your home, you're probably losing a lot of heat to the walls behind them. Instead of letting that warmth escape, use aluminum foil to reflect it back into the room. Here's how to do it. Grab some heavy-duty aluminum foil and cut it to the size of your radiator. Tape or secure it to the wall behind the radiator with the shiny side facing out. The foil acts as a heat reflector, bouncing the warmth back into your living space instead of letting it seep into the wall. This hack is especially useful in older homes with poorly insulated walls. It's cheap, easy, and makes a noticeable difference in how warm your room feels. You can even buy specialized radiator reflector panels if you want something more durable, but honestly, foil works just as well. The best part, it's completely reversible. If you move or decide to redecorate, just peel it off. No damage, no mess. In a winter like 2025, where every bit of heat counts, this simple trick can help you stay cozy without cranking up the thermostat. 15 bonus. DIY door snakes. Drafty doors are one of the biggest culprits when it comes to losing heat in your home. But instead of buying expensive draft stoppers, you can make your own with stuff you already have lying around. Enter the DIY door snake. Here's how to make one. Grab an old pair of socks, a pillowcase, or even a pair of leggings. Fill it with rice, beans, sand, or any other heavy material you've got on hand. Tie or sew the ends shut, and voila, you've got a homemade draft stopper. Place it along the bottom of any door where you feel a draft, and it'll block the cold air from sneaking in. If you want to get fancy, you can decorate your door snake with fabric scraps or paint to match your home's aesthetic. But honestly, function over form is the name of the game here. This hack is quick, cheap, and incredibly effective. Back in the day, people used rolled-up towels or even newspapers to block drafts. Your DIY door snake is just a modern twist on an old-school solution. In a winter as harsh as 2025, where energy bills are climbing and cold air is relentless, this little hack can make a big difference. 16 bonus. Layered curtains for maximum warmth. Windows are notorious for letting heat escape, even if you've already insulated them with cardboard or bed sheets. But here's a bonus tip to take your window game to the next level: layered curtain. Start with a basic curtain rod and hang a thick thermal curtain as your first layer. These are designed to block drafts and keep heat in. Then add a second layer of regular curtains or even a decorative sheet on top. The double layer traps more air, creating an insulating barrier that keeps your room warmer. If you don't have thermal curtains, don't worry. You can DIY your own by sewing or pinning a fleece blanket to the back of your existing curtains. It's not pretty, but it works. And if you want to go all out, add a tension rod inside the window frame and hang a third layer, like a shower curtain liner or another sheet. This hack is especially useful in bedrooms and living rooms where you spend the most time. It's a low-cost way to make your home feel cozier without touching the thermostat. Plus, it's reversible. Just take down the extra layers when winter is over. In a winter like 2025, where every degree of warmth matters, layered curtains are a smart, simple way to keep the cold out and the heat in. It's not glamorous, but it's effective, and sometimes that's all you need. As winter 2025 looms, the forecast isn't just cold, it's brutal. Energy prices are climbing, blackouts are becoming more frequent, and the relentless chill is creeping into homes across the country. This isn't just another winter, it's a test of resilience. The kind of cold that seeps into your bones, that makes your home feel like an icebox, and that turns everyday tasks into battles against the elements. If you're not prepared, this winter could be more than uncomfortable. It could be dangerous. Hypothermia doesn't just happen outdoors, and frostbite isn't reserved for mountaintops. When the power goes out or the heating system fails, the temperature inside your home can plummet faster than you think, and with energy costs skyrocketing, many families will be forced to choose between staying warm and staying within their budget. But here's the thing, you don't have to be caught off guard. These 13 cheap household hacks are more than just clever tricks, they're survival tools. They're the difference between shivering through the night and finding a pocket of warmth, between feeling helpless and taking control. This winter isn't going to wait for you to get ready. The cold is coming, and it's coming fast. So stock up, get creative, and use what you already have to fight back. Because when the snow piles up, the wind howls and the temperature drops to bone-chilling lows, it won't matter how fancy your gadgets are or how high-tech your solutions seem. What will matter is how resourceful you are. Winter 2025 will test us all. The question is, will you be ready, or will you let the cold win?